Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gate.
Let's love.
Oh, I just told you. I didn't tell you that I was right. I used your words to tell you you were right. And I just shut you down.
Y'all, there's nothing worse than using my words against me. And I'm like one of those lambs that's about to see its nuts get cut off. It's like, whoop, oh, that's going to happen to me. That's what it feels like when someone uses my words.
Debbie. I don't know why the lamb's girlfriend's name is Debbie, but it is.
Even though it's a male, it's a...
Well, no, it's his girl. I was portraying the male lamb whose girlfriend's name is Debbie. I don't know.
That's sweet that you think a young male lamb would have a girlfriend.
Little lamb, my birthday is here.
Stop. That worked for a little bit, and then it didn't. Then you went.
It makes Poodle. So, y'all, we're doing a virtual show. Welcome to Reality Gaze. Y'all, this is 90 Day Fiancé, Season 8, Episode 13, Part 2, Forgive.
Part
2, Forgive, but never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget. We're doing this video virtually. I have landed back in Oklahoma today.
Yay!
Yay!
My house is mine again.
Yay!
I gotta deal with fake cancer.
And y'all, thank you. We appreciate the thoughts and prayers and all the love and the Reiki. We just found out just because y'all asked. So this chemo's not working on the fake cancer, but we're going down to Houston this week, and hopefully we're going to get a new chemo prescription and figure out what's going on for my pops. We do ask that we are going to do our very best. If some things are delayed this week or things are coming out this week a little late, if you're on Reality Gaze Extra, that's our premium content. So our supercasters, our super sissies,
and our Patreons
and our Gatrons. If you're on those platforms, we're going to try to get it. We've kind of planned everything out, so everything should come out at the right time. But if it doesn't, that's
give us
why.
Some grace.
It's my dad's fake cancer, as Poodle calls it. So we're doing
yet another thing to blame that cancer for.
Another thing to blame.
So you're going down to Houston. That means like Houston in quotes. It's really like Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, and I came home and I said, Daddy, why is there like pieces of grass and dirt all in the washing machine? Huh? I said, Dad, the washing machine, it's filthy. I just had to clean it, and I'm doing one of those. Y'all, by the way, Tide has these things that wash your washer, and they're great.
No one cares.
They disinfect it. So I'm using that. And he said, oh, well, that's because I went out in the office in the shop, which is across the way, like literally across the other side of the yard on the other side of my dad's pool. Apparently, my father had to shit, and he got up to shit because he's had horrible diarrhea, and it's from the chemo. And he went to, so I'm really glad that he just came back from my Aunt Peggy's an hour ago after eating pot roast. That's going to go well into us. Thanks, Peggy, in your lip. But anyway, so he walks back, and he gets up, and he realizes he's got to go to the bathroom. What my brother said he didn't realize, he was shitting the entire time and shat all the way across the yard around the pool and opened the doors and shat all on the rugs. And so he washed the rugs, the place rugs.
I'm so glad you're so comfortable with talking about bodily functions.
Oh, my father's a plumber, paid from a college. Shit paid from a college. Anyway, and this is what y'all, and then I said, well, Dad, I'm sorry. He's like, son, that's all right. I got it handled. And then he took a breath. And he said, but boy, I'm glad you're here. And I went, that was
Oh,
very sweet, y'all. And I'm at this kind of makeshift desk my dad has, and it's this shitty desk that his ex-wife had him. But she's like, I want a desk in here. She never used it, and I bet Poodle feels this way too. Desks that are not functional, or even furniture that are not functional, bother the shit out of me. This desk, it's like not proportioned well at all. While I was gone, my dad had his carpenter friend come and fix the desk for me.
That is so
that way
sweet.
It's functional. Anyway.
A father's love is a love like no other. I'm making up something.
That is just, but as much daddy porn as you've talked about, that just doesn't sound good.
No, but you know how like they're, especially evangelical Christianity, they're always talking about the love of the father.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like you were talking about that song.
And the father says, I do. I give my child to you.
We're not singing it again.
Words cannot say how I feel today.
Please stop. I'm begging you. We've already done it.
Let me just finish it. Love is forever when we say I do.
When the father says, you may have my child, who I basically own.
Family and friends have gathered. The verses are the worst.
You already did this for a Instagram video.
No, but somebody knows it, and they enjoyed it.
It just creeps me out. It's there's all that weird daddy child thing.
I get it. So y'all, we got a couple more quick announcements to go through.
Some of you may, if you're on our Gatreon and you've clicked on, you're watching it. We're on video now.
You're watching us on video.
Reality Gaze Extra Intimate Portrait.
Poodle, stop taking your shirt off. This isn't that video. He's just woo.
Piano Cat 70 said, "Ooh, y'all can see my shoulder. Look at my milky shoulders. Look at my milky.
Yeah, gross. Don't ever say milky, y'all. So that is
milky white skin.
That is something that. So a couple things have happened for Reality Gay Extra subscribers for premium content. If you're at the $8 tier on Patreon or Supercast, from now on, you're going to get all the shows. So you're going to get. So you're listening to this free feed right now on your Patreon or your Supercast feed. You're going to get it ad free, no commercials. So that's there. You go.
Wonderful.
That's happening for everybody at the $8, and for the $15 tier. We're only doing this stuff because honestly, y'all come at us and you ask for it.
You wanted the video of us doing the podcast, and we're like, really? But that's what you wanted. Sissy Christina, our meme queen, is now editing the videos down. So there may be some times where we're waiting for Siri to answer something, or I'm just looking at my watch where Maddie's telling some awful story about Tide.
Or I'm spending 30 minutes looking up a song to play. That's the wrong song. So there's
milky, creamy shoulders. I heard that time.
Good. Oh, it won't stop.
It won't stop.
It won't stop. So, y'all, we've got all of that going on. So if you do want to watch the video, again, Supercast does not support video. So if you want to watch the video,
Intimate Portrait, you got to be on the Patreon.
And also, we realized, because we didn't know we were going to be doing this soon, if you jumped over to Supercast and you're like, no, I want the video,
I want Intimate Portrait,
let us know. You can rejoin Patreon and we'll refund you.
We'll refund you
and let us know. And so that is what's that. And then last but not least, to celebrate Supercast and the name change,
Review-a-palooza.
Tell them, Poodle, tell them.
Okay, y'all. Go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Who even knows? We were talking about the other day. There's a difference between Apple Music and iTunes, and I'm just learning every single day. But if you go to Apple Podcasts in which we want you to leave a 5-star review, and we're choosing the best reviews, whether the funniest, the most touching, whatever, make us laugh, poems,
haikus.
good dirty haikus.
Poodle we
filthy
love a
haiku.
filthy haiku. And
Um,
so we're going to choose 5 people, and they're going to get Supercast at the $8
You're gonna
level
get-
for a year.
and that's a $96. Well, for
Okay, we're moving on. It's a value, y'all. It's a value. So I think that's it for announcements, right, Poodle? We're
8
done.
times 8, yeah, that's 64. That's a $64 value. For me, that's a night out of tricking.
But they have it for 12 months, not 8 months.
Oh, so it is a year.
It's
So
a
it
year.
is
We're doing a
96. I
year.
was thinking the calendar year, so it would be April to April.
We're adults. We don't take off for school anymore, Poodle. We have to work in the summer.
No,
Welcome to adulthood.
I'm saying that I was thinking it was ending in December.
No, I specifically said that in one announcement. I said, this is whatever.
I will not be chastised.
Let's move on. Can we talk about these horrible people?
Oh, we were saying this. We're going to start rolling out some Discovery Plus content for you guys. We just watched the Single Life episode 1.
We did.
Single Life is so much better on Discovery Plus. Is so much better than the production of this season. And I'm sure it was COVID.
And we do not want you to have to pay for Discovery Plus. We highly recommend if y'all have a friend and you can share, Eddie the pirate.
Share this shit.
Eddie the pirate who bootlegs this shit. Do it.
Add like what, 1 or 2 people's names on your account.
I guess they try that, y'all. We bought it. It's fine. It's a tax write-off for us, but for y'all, because we're still mad that they tried to sue us. So don't give them any money. But
I spent 20 minutes trying to find a code on the internet because I did not want to give them my fucking money.
But don't send us one. It's fine. We've already bought it. It's not a big deal. Now, I will say, if you do buy it, though, it might be worth it just for the Single Life. So don't buy the year one. I would just get the month one. And
I don't know how long the Single Life is going to go on.
and then cut it off. Because Bears All is fine, but you can find that all in the news and shit like that.
Agreed.
All right. So
if you're on did you just hiccup?
Well, I was getting ready to talk about somebody.
Oh, if you're on the video, you can see me flip my legal pad around.
It's true.
I take notes the old fashioned way.
I do it on my computer. There we go. Is it time?
Harris, can I hold your hand? Harris.
Okay, Ryan. Harris.
Ryan, I'm Harris. I'm so glad. Ryris, I'm so glad you're here.
Someone's on some benzos
Aaron,
like nobody's business.
Like, I need to know.
She's high as fuck.
I need to know. Like, someone posted in the Sissy Squad. It's a meme that we've seen about the baby doll with one eye open.
Yeah.
It was like
she's looking at him, and while he talks, you can tell that she's doing what I do when I'm drunk, where I just go, focus.
One eye just closes. She's like,
listen.
you know how like horses rear up too? She's kind of like,
that's what you do when you've eaten too quickly. That's exactly what Poodle does when he eats too quickly. He's just.
Oh God.
Anyway, where do we start with this, Poodle? Where do we start?
I think we should start out with an Eye Days Theater.
Oh, are we? Oh,
jump right into it.
Okay.
Kind of close. We did
Kind of close. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Harris is there at they're about to go out to dinner, I believe.
Yes.
And I'll be playing the role of Stephanie.
And I'll be playing Harris, who I still think a lot of people don't. Yes, his photos were photoshopped. I still think it's attractive. I would still get it. I think he's cute. He's got beautiful eyes to me.
Out of all the men in in Belize, she found these two.
These do not look like the Belizean men that we see in gay porn. That's for sure.
They are not.
Boy.
And I have the church that I used to sing at. Well, we haven't done it in a while, but it's a lot of Belizeans in the congregation. And so every year.
Belizeans, not Belizeans. Sorry. Okay.
I think it's both. But
Okay.
every year there's Belizean Independence Day. It's a big deal in the congregation, and I have to sing the national anthem.
Poodle, did you sing? Can you sing it now?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh crap! You normally have the sheet music right in front of it, but it ends with "Land of the free by the Carib Sea." Land of the free.
Oh, it's in
Our fathers, the Baymen. Talking about
it's in English.
yeah, because they were a British colony.
Oh, that's true.
And they speak English. English is their language, the national language. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it wasn't always that way.
Sure it wasn't.
But I'm sure there's an indigenous language as well. But English is the main language.
Look at that.
But from what I know,
that makes sense because Stephanie would never go to a place where she can't speak the language. That
wait
is.
a minute. You need to talk in American.
Come say escargot. What?
I need I need a purse that's nice. What am I going to talk about that in your language?
How do you say fuck off and die in French, please? All right,
so,
let's jump into this.
Anyway, so the scene is, I believe they're at dinner now. They're walking to dinner.
Okay.
So, Harris,
yes.
can I hold your hand?
Why is it so sweaty?
You know, I'm taking medication, so I got sometimes the side effects get a little weird.
Okay, just let me walk you. Let's walk you to dinner.
You know what, Ryan? I mean, you know what, Harris?
Either one works. I just want to go to America. I'm sorry. What? Yes.
I feel like we have a connection, and you've always been there for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you were there for me. The first time I broke up with Ryan.
Yes. Oh, told you.
And
I'm so glad you see it.
And then you put your hand up my shirt.
Well,
I was like, this is what friends do.
Exactly. That's a Belizean handshake.
And
that's what we call it. That's what we call it, baby. Beautiful.
Deep down, I've always had something for you.
I've been deep down. I was there. It was it was great.
And and I always
felt like
wondered,
America down there. Felt like America.
I always wondered about your baby mama, because she got pregnant at 17. This is me having to do a lot of the exposition of this story, and I'm not real good at it. And you got back together with her.
Well, I let her learn how to give that love at such a young, nubile age.
You do it so well.
I do. I do, baby. But I only do it for you. But it doesn't matter. They're fine.
Where's she now? Where's that baby mama?
Not sure, but I know the kids are with her. They're sleeping tight. Let's go to America, baby. You want to go?
Harris,
you know what? What's that musical? I like to fuck in America. Okay,
I'm not familiar. I'm not a musical girl.
Oh, okay.
More of a I
house
prefer
music?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, anything young. Okay. Anything that makes me feel young.
Okay.
I'm gonna
But baby, don't worry about my kids.
I know Harris has 3 kids, but I'm gonna worry about that later.
Good plan.
And scene. So, y'all, she's basically just rewritten Harris into this story that Ryan has been in.
When she said
she's replaced one black man with another.
Yep. What would it be like if Ryan or Harris was in America? It was you guys.
She has not wondered that. She just sees them as interchangeable.
When I get that feeling, I'm a sexual tourist. Sexual tourist, baby.
So, guys, this is somebody who, and this is a con artist. Let's be honest. Harris is a con
artist. That is the best way to describe him.
At least Ryan was we thought that he had a little bit. He let her think that he was totally like in love with her, and he was saw her soul.
He was a con artist too.
Yeah,
but
he is. Harris is a blatant con artist.
Harris is literally the guy in the movie, like in a kid's movie, with a black mustache, twirling his mustache, and
saying, "I'm already in the U.S. with you, baby."
Yeah, and the parents are like, "That's going to be the bad guy," and then in the movie, the kids go, "Mommy, how did you know?"
He even says in his confessional, he's like, I know that going to the U.S., I can do a lot better. And that's what'll happen if she brings him to the U.S. He'll get his green card, and then he'll go to do a lot better. He'll go find someone else.
Yep.
Yeah, because
unless
Stephanie is not that girl for him.
Unless she gives him a life that he can feel comfortable but I think
no, she's so jealous. He'll be seeing someone else.
I also think Stephanie is not as rich as she wants us to think she is.
Oh.
I don't think she's broke by any means, but I think she definitely
she does own 2 of those kind of like plastic surgery spa things.
Yeah, but like her house is nice, and she does have a lot of paintings of herself. But
she takes care of Cuckoo really well. Cuckoo.
Hey.
Someone said on one of the sites, like, Stephanie's cat feels exactly the same way that all of us feel about the cat. Just walks away from her.
Like, Mom, God.
At the end of this, he's like, they're walking up there, and she's like, Harris, I just want you to get a good night's sleep. Which either means she's saying...
No, she said, okay, let me finish this bottle of wine.
And it's like this, y'all. The video can see me just downing it.
She literally turns it like straight up.
I got a little bit of wine left. Little bit of wine left.
Oh.
The perpetual wine slur in that accent. And it's not just wine; it's benzos. It's almost certainly barbiturates.
Yes,
because it kind of slows down everything about her.
Y'all, he's not gonna get a good night's sleep. She's gonna try to fuck him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, I don't know if she'll be able to because she seems blasted.
That never stopped her before.
Man, I would love to just like to just be at a bar or a dinner in like a corner booth, just talking to the field producers that were there on this shoot.
I will say
stuff they could tell us.
You guys, this season has turned into a real like sadness Olympics. Especially with like the Brandon and Julia storyline it's getting worse and worse.
Well, he's finally starting to reveal
we kind of start
his
to see
true colors. Actually, I think we're done with Stephanie. Do you want to jump into Brandon and Julia?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do
it. Let's fall in love.
All right, as I flip back on my pad,
Julia and Brandon
find this quaint, but I enjoy it.
They're at a church, this really pretty church.
Episcopal church.
It's a cute church.
Sadly, I've been singing in Episcopal churches for a while. I almost certainly knew it was Episcopal because it's just snotty enough to be just particular enough to be an Episcopal church.
I knew it wasn't Catholic.
It's not ornate enough.
But it wasn't ornate enough. But that's because
it's too ornate to be Methodist. It was close enough of Methodist.
I knew it was Episcopal.
It was Episcopal.
It rang true when I was Catholic. This is what Catholics call. I don't think it's probably appropriate to say, but this is what we call them. Episcopals, we call them Catholic
light. Yeah, that's what they're called, unfortunately.
But they like gay people.
Twice the incense and half the guilt.
It's true, and they like gay people.
Yeah, that's why most with Gene Robinson became the first ordained. I want to say ordained bishop. Yeah,
I know I was raised Catholic, but if I went back to religion, I think I would go back to Episcopalian. I think
you would.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
That's the most inclusive.
Although Dignity is a big organization, there's getting a much to be a much bigger organization in the Catholic Church. Even in Santa Monica, the Catholic Church there has a pretty active LGBT organization. See, now this is something we just got interrupted. This is something people who watch the video can see is that Poodle just looked around like someone was fucking in another room.
It's knocking on my door. Maybe I was wrong.
Are they?
I don't know.
What if you go check and like it's an episode of SUV where someone kills you?
SVU.
That's what I said.
SUVs are what you drive.
Whatever, it's the same. But what is? I remember the episode of Saw Your House where someone killed someone on camera. Ooh, go answer your door and see if it's a murderer.
I don't think. Let me see. I'll go check.
Okay, y'all. This is a perfect time for me to talk about a surprise that I'm doing for Poodle. I'm not doing a surprise for Poodle at all. I should, but I'm not. But I am. It really bothers me, y'all. Send thoughts and prayers because it really bothers me that I cannot be there to tell Poodle how to decorate his apartment. It's problematic. You know how I like to organize, and I'm just upset about it that I'm not going to be there.
Alive, so I don't think no one was there.
All right. Did you lock your door?
It's the ghost. Yeah, my door was already locked.
Okay, good. You need to lock it now that a homeless person broke in, or a person, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. A person experienced homelessness broke into your apartment. You should lock your door.
She didn't break into my apartment. She broke into
your lobby. But she could have just, you leave your door, y'all, Poodle is in Los Angeles and he leaves his door unlocked all the time. This is the man who used to sleep with the window open at our old house and then someone crawled through his window and robbed him. I don't know how you're going to learn.
Why are you calling me out?
I'm just saying, I just want you to live, Poodle Boudreaux. Protect yourself.
I do lock my door. I usually don't lock it when I leave because when the doors of the building are locked, and like I don't give a shit if any but people in my building come in there. I don't care.
But now you know somebody might.
I know it was scary, and now I've been locking my door. Okay,
I'm glad you're moving.
It should just be. This should be called Maddie chastises Poodle for everything he needs to change in his life. That's what this should. I don't like that music. It's weird.
I don't either. I don't know if y'all could hear it, but we'll just play some dramatic piano. Okay. Let's move on.
That's not dramatic. I could write better music than that.
It's true. So Julie and Brandon, they're in the church and they're going to go look at the church today. See, this is why I do love Julia. It's like when Julia tries on the dress or like when Julia goes to look at the church.
Oh, she's the MVP of this season for me. I love her.
She acts like someone normally would when they do these things. Like,
yeah.
I feel like Yara, I like Yara, but Yara always knows she's on reality television. Mm-hmm. Julia like forgets where she is and she's real,
authentically her.
Authentically her. She's so excited to be in this church. She's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And it's such a special like day for her to be excited about. And she's sad that her parents can't come, but they're just not going to happen. And so,
right.
So they start to talk a little bit about they start talking about how many people are coming, and Betty says, "Well, 50 or 60." And Julia just kind of looks at him.
She kind of goes, and she's like, "Who are these people, Brandon?" And he's like, "I don't know." So then at that moment, Julia realizes, "Oh fuck, Mama Betty planned my entire fucking wedding."
Yeah,
and now, to be fair. It seems like Julia should have been engaging with Betty a little bit more. However, I don't know if she realizes
or wants
how
to.
much. Well, yes, but I'm saying how much. I think she thought that Brandon would engage about the wedding, and in America, I will just say that the grooms stereotypically have almost nothing to do with a lot of wedding planning.
I will say. Especially where we are from.
Exactly.
Originally. I think grooms in California and I think our friends in New York. And I think a lot of that has to deal with, and they don't even know it's happening.
Like, men don't know anything about weddings.
It's a total misogyny thing. It's not misogyny. It's total dynamics of masculine and feminine. And God forbid that a man do something quote unquote feminine, like plan his wedding.
Well, and I
don't know where this came from, but it's the stupidest idea.
It came from the idea that men don't care about their weddings. They just show up.
And it really goes to me. It connects to that idea that like men aren't emotional and men like have sex to have sex and women fall in love and all that kind of bullshit.
I agree.
It's all
I agree
connected.
with everything. I agree with everything you're saying. I'm just acknowledging the reality of it.
But
And I'm acknowledging that that's what hits how he is.
And do you think, is it because we don't know, aren't straight men, but do you think it's because we know, I don't know, I can't think of, I mean, not even you, someone, you're not anti-wedding at all, but like you would be, I don't think you'd be a bridezilla actually, but I think you would be involved in your wedding planning.
I would be.
I don't know any gay men who are like, I don't care about the wedding. So it makes me question. So if it is a male and woman thing, well, or is it because men aren't allowed? Is it this
in those spaces?
In the spaces of society to do that and to celebrate that?
And historically, they haven't been allowed.
And honestly, men do this to each other, but also I've seen women where we're from in the South say like, why would your husband be involved in your wedding?
Right. No,
it's wrought as shame
that's
in that.
True. And even though this is not, this is Virginia, so it's not deep Alabama, Mississippi, because Virginia is a purple state. So there are things like if you're near DC, Dinwiddie is not near DC.
But that's all recent though too. But Virginia's still south adjacent. I mean, it's
Old Dominion.
It's south of the Mason-Dixon line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
it's south, but I bet you being from South Carolina, y'all don't consider Virginia the South, do you?
No.
Okay, that's what I was trying. Because to me, it's
where the Yankees live.
No, to me, it's the South. But in South Carolina,
well, Oklahoma's not the South to me, so that's a whole other thing.
I don't really think Oklahoma's the South either. I don't think Texas is either.
It's not. It's its own thing. It's just that Virginia. Weirdly, West Virginia is the South.
What would Mother Poodle say if I said Virginia's in the South?
No, a lot of my mother's family come from Virginia.
Oh, really?
So yeah, but like the sticks of it, and then a lot from West Virginia too.
West Virginia is very much the South.
Oh my God! Well, and it's in a way you can equate reliance on coal and poverty to being Southern, like grabbing to your God guns and what's the other G? I'm forgetting now.
I don't know. Gears.
Anyway,
gooters,
giraffes,
go boys.
Virginia's really pretty mixed, especially the one near DC. I don't know. I think Dinwiddie's a little further south.
But judging from Brandon's some of his problematic Instagram videos, I think I think it'd be safe to say that Brandon's probably has a lot of sexism and misogyny going on in his. He honestly doesn't think he needs to make any input
like this is on his wedding at all.
Gross. This is not even. I've seen guys who weren't that involved in their wedding, but this was just dismissive.
It's almost like if he thinks it goes back to the whole wedding dress thing. It's like that one's fine too. It's almost like he thinks if he says anything about the dress or goes, "Oh my God, I love lace," his mom will look at him or someone will say, "What are you, a queer?"
Yes.
And honestly, you guys, that is a Southern straight man's worst nightmare.
The worst thing you can say for a man
is for in mixed society, even for them to go speak out of tune and say something like, "Yeah, I'm spending date night with Marie tonight. We're gonna go watch that new What Women Want movie. I guess she has to like that, but I kind of like Mel Gibson too. He's a very attractive man and he's one of my favorite stars." And there would be a next comment,
which is why they always put those kind of men in those movies. But
yeah,
go ahead.
But there would be a comment saying, "Oh, so and so likes Mel Gibson. You're a little funny,
sensitive."
And so everything. And so this is a problem. This is a problem of masculinity for Brandon, that he can't get past the fact that he should be participating in his own wedding. Now, I will say that when my brother and sister-in-law got married, my brother had little to no input.
But was he also dismissive of it?
No, he just let them do everything.
And I think that's a part of, if you don't want to, and knowing your brother probably didn't want to plan any of it. And maybe that was chicken or the egg. Is it the way he was, is it society, nature, nurture, whatever. But
what about your brother's wedding?
Oh, she was having the baby in 2 months. They had to get married.
Trash.
They were two, like
sparrows in a hurricane.
They were scared. They both cried, because I sang at that wedding, and they cried and cried at that wedding.
I'm just
they were
imagining
just scared.
You singing. What did you sing at that wedding?
Oh man, and I was so sick too. So like my friend who played piano had lowered the key for me so I could sing it.
Oh, remember we were professional singers, and we all were like, "Oh, I'm very sick. I can't."
I was. My friend Sarah, who actually lives in Virginia, and is I see her all the time singing the national anthem. She serves in the singing sergeant. So thank you for your service, Sarah. Oh God, what?
It's not important.
I can call my sister-in-law right now.
No, that is not what we do here. No, we're moving on.
The one song I sang
this
was...
will be fast-forwarded during the video.
The one song I sang was tomorrow morning when you wake up and the sun does not appear.
No idea.
I will be here.
Oh, yeah.
I will be here. I think that's like a Michael W.
Yeah, Michael W. Smith.
That actually is a beautiful song.
Michael J. Fox.
And the other one... from here to eternity.
Oh, so all country.
I'm begging you to share life with me.
No classical wedding songs.
But this was in a little Southern Baptist church. And she was married. My sister-in-law has balls. 7 months pregnant.
Good for her.
Wore white. And got married by her grandfather's Southern Baptist minister in his church.
Something.
That's a church that honestly was probably the size of your apartment.
I wonder, did they have a baptismal baptistry?
No, it was so small. It was a little poor church outside of Bartlesville up in Tulsa, kind of the Tulsa area. And like they did the reception and they moved back the accordion wall and there was the punch bowl. And the cake, I mean, that's all they could afford.
I get it. But it was, you know what? Sometimes those weddings can be just as beautiful.
They were just living on love, as Alan Jackson said.
Living on love, buying no time without the money. Nothing worth the time. Stop. You're behind me.
And why were we talking about this? Jesus.
Don't you know?
Oh,
no. So, you can't have outrage.
No, my brother actually, see, now this is, I'm glad you brought this up. That kind of thing, my brother actually does care more about, and he plans more. And my sister-in-law used to not be, but now she's into that kind of stuff more. Yeah. I just think for Brandon, I think, or what I was going to say, if you're a guy, you know what I think one of the true acts of love, I think if you truly love someone, it's to care about what you don't care about, but it means a lot to them.
100%.
I think that's one of the first requirements of love in a relationship.
He's so selfish.
If you don't have that in your relationship, get out.
And I think and there's a middle ground there that you don't have to be obsessed with everything they're into, but like a big life event like a wedding, if you find especially if your fiance is you're the only person you're the only person you're the only person she really is intimate with and knows well in this country, and you can't support her and help her and make all these decisions, and you expect her to tag team with your fucking
mother,
hell on wheels of a mother. And
I really hope they don't get married. She is too good for him.
I do not know. They made that video.
Yeah, that's true. Now, and he even says things like, Julie says, "Why we marry?" And Brandon said, "Because I love you." And she said, "When you were in Russia, it was like you wanted to marry me, and now that I'm here,
Yeah.
it's like this feeling that you don't care about me."
Julia did have the best line of the night when the mom's like, he doesn't know anything about weddings, and it's like it's his first time, and Julia says, yeah, the second time he'll get it right.
That was a great line.
And you know what? This is women, especially moms, making excuses for sons.
And yes, and when Brandon really, I realized, was one of the biggest pieces of shit on 90 Day Fiancé is when he said, as she's crying, "You're crying because it's not my dream to walk down the aisle because I don't share the female fantasy of a wedding day."
Yeah, he's already genderizing his own wedding. Wow, you guys, it's just
so this is a type of father Brandon's going to be. Oh, honey, you do the diapers, honey. Right. You feed the baby.
Disciplining and spanking.
If it's a boy, I'll take him to baseball. If it's a girl, I don't know what I'm going to do. Gross.
I'll just wait till she's at a strip club or she's a stripper, and then I'll go take her home in a really heated way.
And he's one of those guys, and I bet you a lot of our sissies get triggered by this because we see it in the Facebook. Y'all, it is shocking to me, and y'all have talked about this before in the group, and you've gotten support from other sissies. Come at us in the Sissy Squad. We have fun in there.
We have fun in there.
So many of you, there was just talking about a thread the other day. I had no idea how many of you really, I knew women were like towing the line in their households, but so many women don't really get any support from their husbands. Now, a lot of women do, and it's getting better. So I'm not coming at men. This isn't I hate husbands both.
Support as far as, let's be specific about that. Support as far as with their kids, they have to do anything for domestic stuff.
And doing the quote unquote domestic things that were considered feminine or what women do, women's work,
cooking, even like keeping the house stuff together.
Because you think about like a mom is a fucking HR manager. She's scheduling, like it is so much. And so, and a lot of dads, but I'm just saying, I've watched this and I thought, oh, I bet a lot of our listeners, their heart sunk because they experienced this.
Did you grow up that way? Did you grow up that your mom handled all the house stuff?
Oh, yes. I was raised by my mother. 100%.
I was too.
My dad worked about usually 6, if not 7 days a week. So
my dad worked, and I saw my dad, but my dad was the fun parent.
He was,
and my dad was the fun parent, and my mom was the heavy. And when my dad was the heavy, it was scary. And I think
that was when my dad was the heavy, he was the scary.
Yeah, and but we were afraid of my mom. We weren't as afraid of my dad. But my mom had to do everything. And when my mom raised us, basically, we knew how to cook for ourselves. We knew how to do our own laundry. We knew how to iron. We knew how to do all these things. And I think I put this in the Sissy Squad. My mom said, I was going to raise you independent because your father is just helpless because his mother babied him. And she said, I swore when I had 2 boys, I would never let that happen.
She did it.
And you know what she'll say to this day? She's like, you know what? You don't come home as often because it's my fault. Because I raised you too independent.
Wow.
So she puts it on me.
Wow.
Cool. No, mother poodle's a hard habit to break.
Wow. I was close. I felt very close to my dad. Don't get me wrong. And my dad would go. Now there would never be like an event or something that I would go to that my dad would not go to. And sometimes when my mom was working, she couldn't even come to some of my stuff.
Even gay things like dancing.
Oh, my dad.
See, my dad didn't do any of that.
When I was in 2nd grade and I sang Rocky Top, my mom actually had to be out of town for that. She was like with my Aunt Karen doing a work thing.
That's when I've seen that footage, y'all. Someone is like twirling a mic cord.
It's true.
Like it's some type of jump rope.
It's true. I was singing Rocky Top. That's why I put it on the honky tonk mix. But my father, my dad would try to get me to play baseball and stuff. I've never seen him more proud of me in his whole life. And he put down the trophies all on the table because he said, when your mama comes home, He said, you got to go to bed. When your mama comes home, I want her to see these trophies. I'm going to tell her all about
that's sweet.
what my son did tonight and stole the show.
Oh,
but he was gone a lot. So,
parents
are complex.
Let's move on, because he does. Then Brandon can't remember the reason why they were going to get married on May 9th, because that was his first dating app contact with her when he said, "You like my future wife." Again,
so do you think he didn't remember, or do you think he just didn't want to say because he was in front of her mother and the people? I don't know.
I think it was staged by producers, but that's me. That's me. Because I think they're probably still together.
I think they probably are too, but I'm not happy about it.
He's pretty awful to her, and he's like, I can't be fake and like be happy. I'm like, honey, you're a bad actor then. All you need to do is attempt to be happy for her.
Again, okay. For instance, perfect example. Like, y'all don't come at me because I'm not a sports person. I don't know about the slam dunks.
No.
Shocker.
Slamming dunks.
But like when Kobe Bryant passed away, I knew nothing about him. I knew he was famous. I honestly knew about him from that sexual assault case that came. That's the first time, honestly, I ever heard of him because I don't follow sports. So my partner, who is a black man, and he was devastated by that. And what did I do? At first I was like, I don't get it. So then I did research and I talked to other people and I learned about like what a big influence that this was for him. And I cared about that because I cared about him. And Brandon, to me, that's a perfect example that's something y'all know we give two shits about sports. But when you love somebody, you
at least put some effort into it.
Y'all.
You don't have, the thing is, you don't have to know everything. You just have to put some effort in.
When Poodle is on the search for the perfect candle that doesn't smell too sweet and has a nice herby fragrance that he loves, I get invested and look for him because I love him and I want him to find that candle, even though I don't fucking care. You do that for people you love.
You have floral candles and they burn my nose and they're awful.
Poodle, what have you done for me that that you don't really care, but you actually did because you love me?
I have let you do all kinds of things to my house, and I've just let you run free because I know it makes you feel better.
That's fair. And now you've taken it away from me in this move.
And I will send you photos.
I guess I just organized too much, and now you're too good at it. It's my fault.
No,
anyway.
You enjoy taking control over things like that because that's just what you do.
So fun.
That's all I have about them. I find them so sad. I think it's time to take a commercial.
Yeah.
Commercial breaker. Time to talk about Jovi and Yara share. Oh, this is Mama Jovi calling. Baby, we gonna go get you a wedding dress. We gonna get you a lanyard. We gonna go have a party. I'm really sad. I'm just so sad. I can't go to the wedding, child.
I am so glad that people.
I've had so many people tell me they love this voice. They validate me. How many people have said, "Sorry, Maddie, I enjoy the voice"?
There,
tens of people.
We recently had someone on Instagram just tell us. We had a woman named a sissy named Lee who said her husband loves the Bayou Talk, and
we gonna go to the Bayou Talk.
Lee feels my I think Lee feels my pain because she says her husband does it because she knows it annoys her. I feel seen.
Why you don't be annoyed by the talk? Baby, let's le monde roule. We go get your beignet and Captain Dumont.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, because I'll tell you right now, y'all, my that accent's the uplifting thing about the Jovi and Yara segment.
Oh, wow.
Now we've said this before, and this is a spoiler alert. So fast forward 15 seconds.
Yeah,
they're together. They're still together. They have a baby. It's so again, if you're worried that this is heading for some type of conclusion that's going to be awful, I'm sorry to disabuse you of that. Currently.
Okay. So if you're back after your 15-second skip, Poodle just said
ruined
that
it for you.
He loves me.
No, you're in love with me. How many times have I had to pry your hands off of my body, which is something I'm still needing to talk to my therapist about.
Go to BetterHelp.com and enter the code RealityGaze if you need therapy. Hey,
if your best friend's in love with you, it's best to talk to BetterHelp.
Go to BetterHelp. So y'all, Yara, y'all, I know I just told Poodle today, y'all. Again, this is not an ad, but they're still sponsoring us. But how much better does your skin look from using that fucking Curology?
I can't believe
it looks good.
I do enjoy it, but
they're still paying us for an ad.
You are shameless.
They still are paying us for an ad.
We do the ads.
I know, but
I'm not going to be their. I'm not going
to
to be their monkey during the podcast. Oh, you're so.
I just like to help people.
When we do live shows, you will not shut the fuck up about our sponsors, and I will actually say, please stop. It's embarrassing.
Y'all, when things are helpful, I like for you to know about them.
It's gross. It's shameless.
Please, when we get that fuck machine sponsor and they're taking you to Saturn and back,
you're gonna talk about Jones fuck machines.
You're gonna talk about it all the time.
No, but I won't. But I won't.
If you work for a fuck machine,
the way you do it.
Poodle. Send him to Poodle.
It's just you're so shameless.
I think
I'm shameless.
I am shameless. I have no shame in a positive way. Shame be gone.
No, that's not where I'm saying it.
Well, that's where I'm saying it. That's how I'm hearing it.
You can't choose.
I can choose how I hear it. Yes, I am. Okay, Yara, Jovi. One of our sissies sent us a video of their cute boyfriend doing Yara, and it was dead on.
It was good.
It was really good. It was really good. He was also cute.
So, Jovi, Yara says that Jovi's been changing, and he's been better to her.
Jovi's doing better.
Jovi, and they're like a Mardi Gras parade, which is Jovi's favorite thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And there's 8 days until the wedding, and so she is wedding dress shopping. She's wedding dress shopping with Mama Jovi. She queen. She gonna go get married, y'all.
Gwen brings up many times how weird it is for her to look for a wedding dress that's for a wedding she's not going to. And we get it, Gwen.
I've got to say, and I get it too, but I don't kind of blame her, especially if she's going. And I think this might have been a setup in storytelling. That because we get a huge reveal that we'll talk about it in a little bit.
Possibly,
so we are we're at this kind of luxury dress shop. Everything,
it's beautiful.
Everything in this place is very expensive.
This is
this is not the shop Danielle went to in Sandusky.
Blue ribbon, I can put it around the waist.
I like the blue accent.
I know. I want to know how much this wedding dress cost.
It's over $10,000. I bet you anything.
And that's a thing on TLC. I have to say, they always talk about the wedding dress if somebody's from a quote unquote kind of lower socioeconomic status. They never talk about the prices from people.
No, I don't think they've ever mentioned prices.
Yes, they have. Yes. Season 1.
Russ and Powell.
No, they did talk about Russ and Powell, but also
what she could afford. Yeah,
what's his name and his wife from the Philippines that we like with the two sons. who are crazy.
Lewis and Aya.
Lewis
But
and Aya.
they could only afford like $200.
I know, but they talked about that, and then I feel like there's somebody come at us.
I thought, okay, I'm confused. You said they don't talk about price if it's someone from
They
a lower.
do if it's somebody like that. I just think it's a little bit of making fun of somebody, not making fun, but taking.
I disagree that I think it's raising the stakes that they don't have enough money to afford it. And I think there's no stakes if someone can afford it. Like, I think Jovi probably makes good money.
That's true. I guess
I don't think they're making fun of it. Yeah, it's not an issue.
I just have watched a lot of Say Yes to the Dress, and I want to know how much it cost.
Ding, ding, ding.
Fine.
This was a very expensive dress.
Yeah. It was beautiful. Okay. And so Yara, kind of like Natalie that we talked about in the first
She looks
episode,
good in everything.
She walks out, and it's just like, bam.
It took my fucking breath away. All of them.
It was, again, it's always the third or second dress, but I kind of loved the first dress the most. It was a beautiful, beautiful dress.
It looked like that dress in that J-Lo video where she's like, it's all diamonds. It's all like skin toned.
And Yara is that person that when they go shopping, they never smile if they like something. They just kind of look in the mirror and pout and make pouty faces.
No, that's Eastern European women.
Or Jake Anthony.
Exactly.
When Jake is trying on things in the mirror, he's just like, he gets
pouting.
very concerned,
I'm not smiling.
Pouty face. He's like, I don't know. What do you think? And what he's doing, he's
lots
just
of profile looks and standing akimbo.
And he's actually just y'all reeling it in, looking for that compliment. He just wants
posing.
He's
posing.
Posing.
Right,
yeah, if you're in the video, if you're watching the video, that's what he does. And then he says, he always raises his head and looks up to
I gotta look off to the side. I do that. I do a lot.
Why do you look up to the sky, to the side? What are you looking for?
I don't know. I'm pondering the universe and its problems. Y'all, that look got me laid a lot in my 20s. Not so much in my 30s. In my 40s, I need to be like looking down, like checking my adult diaper, hoping that's still working.
That's the truth.
So Gwen is basically helping her with this, and she said, "I'm just soaking all this in because I know I'm not going to be able to see it."
She starts crying, and George's like, "Why are you crying?" She's like, "You look so sad." And
I'm going to miss all on it. I'm going to miss you, Yara. I'm going to miss all that of my wedding and my son's wedding.
Like, I'm not going to be there. And she's like, "Well," she's like, "Someone's going to finally marry my kid."
Someone's going to finally marry my kid, Yara. I got to be there, Shaw.
And Yara says a great thing. She's like, "But it's not about you, honey. You can't say
yes,
that."
It is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
She's a Southern woman.
It's always
it is about her.
Yes.
It's about her and her son's fucking wedding. That's the whole reason the mother of the bride dress was invented.
And I don't necessarily love the way Gwen's going about it, but I agree with you. It's a total, I can see why. I think if I think if the situation was reversed and Jovi told Yara that he didn't want her mother there at the wedding, Yara would freak out.
Yes, she would. Yeah, agree.
Freak out.
And I think that, and we were talking about this when we were watching the show. Jovi makes his job. He makes good money, you guys. The fact that maybe it's a visa issue that he can't fly her parents out is weird.
It's weird.
And maybe she's decided, this is the other thing, maybe she's decided this wedding is just for legal reasons, legality.
Maybe.
And then we're going to have the big wedding. So she doesn't want, she's kind of like using this as a starter wedding. And then she'll have the big thing maybe in Ukraine or something like that.
But it's not hard to go to Vegas. I mean, there's a lot of flights to Vegas internationally, and I'm not saying it's cheap, but I'm just saying it's not like they're flying into Branson.
But like Jovi could have paid for them. I'm certain. Maybe it's a visa thing. I don't know. So well done, Gwen, because Yara's like, I've thought about it and I want you to come. And and Mama Jovi's face. What y'all? Listen about Rule. I'm just so excited. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get my crocodiles. I'm gonna go there. We're gonna talk about it. Get my booty bowls.
Not how she reacted in the slightest, but sure. Now, Yara's reasoning is Gwen's actually been really nice to me and really helped me a lot. And
she's transactional.
Yeah. Yara thinks, she's like,
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
So then Yara's like, okay, so you're going to the wedding, no more crying. Let's look at more dresses. Same. So she tried.
I wrote down, how did this storyline turn into the best one? The happiest one? Overnight.
I mean, but you also did say that Natalie and Mike kind of,
and that's kind of a good one now too. And I think we're heading. I don't know.
Maybe the producers know what they're doing. You know, y'all. And I will say this: if these producers make us end up happy that Amira and Andrew got together, then give them give them the fucking Emmy. If they're able to manipulate me to actually like that couple together, then I don't.
Hey baby.
Oh, baby. Okay, so
we move a little later to Yara. Turns out she actually slipped and fell. They're leaving the clinic. She landed on her back. She probably slipped in pee.
Probably.
And she's really in a lot of pain. I'm sure she's
just scared. It's scary when you're pregnant and you fall because it's terrifying.
And unfortunately, tonight is fucking Jovi's bachelor party.
The baby is fine.
Fucking Jovi's not missing his bachelor
party. The baby
party.
is fine. We should say the baby is fine. I've got to give it to Jovi because I think old Jovi, I don't have to give it to Jovi, but I was surprised that old Jovi would have been like, you're fine. I'm going to my bachelor party. This Jovi was kind of like, do you want me to go? I cannot go.
I think she knew because he'd been kind of earning that trust, she had to let him go. Now, she's saying things like, oh, only an hour and a half, only 2 hours. She keeps adding it, only 2 hours and a half, be home by 6 a.m.
But she also says, on the other hand, Yara is one of those fiancés who's like, I know it's his last night of freedom. I know he's going to see strippers. Yeah. I'm fine with all of that.
You know what? It's not like fucking Alexi what she did with Alexi with Lauren when he freaked the fuck out when she saw male strippers.
That was a good episode. Y'all, I already thought I liked Lauren, but seeing Lauren drunk with male strippers, I was like, she's
you're more of a Lauren fan than I am.
I know. I like her a lot. I like her a lot. We would have been best friends.
Yeah.
She would be one of my friends.
Yeah. And I would have been like, yeah, this girl's just wants you to pick out clothes with her.
No, she would have been one of those friends that I had that had me in their wedding. I was her best man, and then they got married, and I never heard from her again.
Yep. That's exactly what she would have been.
Old habits die hard. I love her.
Yeah. So they are Kaz and Klein. Y'all.
So she tells him to go. I want to say, like, do you think she knows he's going to stay out all night, right? Like,
I don't think she does.
See, this is the part I thought was somewhat scripted. Come on, Yara.
I think she may think that, but I think she hopes he doesn't.
But also on the flip side of this, Yara has not only agreed to Jovi's mother coming, she's agreed to some of his friends coming. So the two
Kaz and Klein,
the two people he's going out with tonight are going to Vegas. So I'm kind of like, well, couldn't you do like a bachelor's thing in Vegas? Like, why does it have to be tonight, the night before you leave?
I think it might be a little new. All I need to say is that we've seen Klein before and we've seen Kaz a little bit, but y'all, Kaz is your typical Cajun hot boy, and he gives me feelings in my nether regions. Okay, baby. He's someone I would have seen as a straight guy out, and I would have kept buying him drinks and trying to do things to him. I don't know what it is. Cajun boys, y'all, they do it to me. What are you doing? You're trying to find something on your phone. I don't know what this is.
You ever heard this song? It's called "Grind with Me." It's like a
This is
sex
a weird
song.
choice. Who is this? But why did you choose
You don't
this
remember
song?
this song?
I do remember,
that
but why did you choose this song?
because you want this guy to fuck you, and because you're horny.
yeah, but you could have chosen a Cajun song. You don't know any of them.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, name a Cajun song that you would have sex with.
You know what? They're all Zydeco, so no. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Okay, then that's all. Thank you. That's what I need to hear.
So Kaz is so hot. So
Okay.
they are.
He's attractive, and it's y'all. I do have to say this about Kaz. Going to the girth train.
Oh yes. No, keep doing that. Going down the girth train, we're gonna see that thick dick go in the hole.
Woo, woo, ho, ho.
Come on, ride the girth train. Come on, girls. Come on, boys. Come on, ride the girth train.
All aboard, all aboard, all aboard.
They hurt at the beginning, but soon you won't feel a thing. You'll just feel the girth train.
You'll feel numb.
It's like a blend of like Cat Stevens and just filth.
I really want one of those wood things from Branson. I gotta get one of those. We're gonna need
girthy. It's girthy as fuck, y'all.
We're gonna need so many props for the live shows. We're gonna have a prop box.
So of course they're drinking hand grenades on the hand grenades are those green things that they're drinking on the street. Y'all, those will get you fucked up, and the hangovers are terrible because they have so much sugar in them. I speak from experience.
Yeah.
So they're finally at a strip club.
How many times have you thrown up green in New Orleans?
Oh, so many. Like I don't throw up from drinking anymore. I actually don't get drunk anymore. I don't know if that's because my tolerance is
just like too much.
when my blood alcohol is like 0.8 and it's like, fine, we can do this.
Sure.
But so they do end up at the strip club, and I think someone said the funniest thing was, I'm trying to remember what someone said in the Sissy Squad, when someone says, I think that stripper likes me is the equivalent of I love free, or maybe I'll get free money.
Y'all,
you love strippers, and you constantly say, "Oh, they really like me."
They do. I disagree with this. I think strippers can totally fall in love with you. It's just going to cost you several $100s.
But then you don't agree that relationship is totally transactional, like the most transactional as possible.
No, I feel love. I know they're into me. I know it's more than just the money. It's just me,
right?
Though. With other people, it's different. It's different with me.
Gotcha.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're special.
I'm special.
That means that like a complete and utter like orc from a Lord of the Rings put like $100 bill, they would not make a bigger reaction to them.
No, they wouldn't. No.
Oh well, you're that deluded.
I'm just saying.
Great.
I have this thing. I don't know why. Whenever I tip strippers, they love me.
You have money in your hand. That's why.
I don't think that's it. I think it's my eyes.
Nope. Listen, you're a fuck. As Destiny
they like
says,
gingers. That's
as
it.
Destiny says, you're a trick to me. You're a dude. You're a trick to me.
Dude.
From Love After Lockup. Honey, you're a trick. You need to accept that with strippers.
I don't
Just
know
accept you're a trick.
I don't know why you need to rain on my lubed up parade.
Well, you make it rain on their lubed up dick. That's the thing. That's the reason.
It's true.
Yeah, y'all, let me just put this out here. Whether you're female, male, anything, strippers aren't they're not loving you because you give them money. It's or they're that is the only relationship they're going to have to you.
The views of Jake Anthony are not entirely the views of reality gays.
Yeah, maybe not you. They're my views, definitely. So basically, Kaz is they're talking about strippers, and Klein does not go in the club because he's married.
Doesn't Kaz and Klein sound like a department store?
It does. Kaz and Klein.
Kaz and Klein.
Kaz and Klein.
Oh, Brenda, where'd you get that top?
Kaz and Klein.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Isn't it? Yeah, they have a really good big and tall section.
Oh,
at Kaz
yeah, I heard that. Better than that Dillard's one.
Mm-hmm. So
did you go to
Kaz
the
is like,
Cinnabon too, Brenda?
Oh, I love Cinnabon.
Oh,
perfect. Cinnabon's right next to Kaz and Klein.
Oh, I can't decide sometimes if I want a Cinnabon or one of those pretzels. Have you
or an
had
Orange Julius?
Oh my!
You know what? Sometimes I just want to have my calories that way.
That's true. That's better fruit. Yeah, but it's fruit. It's good for you, Brenda.
It's good for me.
All right, I'll see you at church. Bye.
Okay. I'll pray for your mama.
Thank you,
bitch.
She's
So
drinking that juice, she looks fat.
Klein decides he's not going in because he's married with a child.
Because we met Klein before. He's the one that has the wife who
Rachel. Who
you're
hates
probably
Star.
right. She hates Jovi.
Yeah, she hates Jovi.
She hates Jovi. Yeah,
She was the friend of me.
she was a friend of me. Told Yar like, so how do you feel about all these strippers?
So, Kaz buys Jovi a private dance upstairs. And Yara's calling him. He's not answering. He goes upstairs and...
Now, Jovi is pretty brazen to...
do this on camera?
Yes. I would not go do a private dance. Even if my partner said it was fine, I still wouldn't do it for how the optics of that would look.
He's fucking bombed. Would, after like 11 hand grenades, you wouldn't even know anything. Don't you be high and mighty.
That's a read.
I've been with you at the Hollywood Bowl when you were just like showing people your titties. You know, face the facts.
For the record, it was Liza Minnelli, and
you got so drunk.
It was already... Oh, wait, that wasn't Liza Minnelli, because I went with somebody else, Liza Minnelli, and I got really drunk.
And go with me. I've seen you at the Hollywood Bowl
but
where you've been so drunk.
Where was the bowl that we went and I got really, really drunk?
And I was embarrassed.
Maybe it's the Sound of Music. The way it works when Poodle and I go see the Sound of Music, it used to be Jake would get really drunk one year, and then I would get really drunk the next year. And it kind of passed. And now we go and actually just enjoy ourselves and don't really get smashed.
When I'm really drunk, you can control me a little bit. Not
you. That is not true. When you're really drunk, you start to get belligerent, and to redirect you is like redirecting a moose in Alaska who's about to charge you.
I just don't get drunk anymore. Like, I'll get tipsy, but I won't get drunk anymore. Wow. I just don't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have about them.
It's not going to go.
Should we talk about?
I just want to say this. I want to ask this real quick. Would you have left at all if you were Jovi? Would you have gone to the bachelor party if your significant other who was pregnant with your child just fell and you had your history? Would you have gone?
I'm different than Jovi, though.
I know. I'm just asking.
I would not have gone.
I would not have gone either.
I would not have gone.
So another substitution. What would have happened if Jovi went and instead of dating Yara, he was dating Mother Poodle?
Well, first of all, Mother Poodle would have acted like it didn't bother her.
Oh.
And then when he got home, she would just be like sitting there like a prairie hen on her nest. You know what? Fine. Can't believe he went out without me. Can't believe that.
So
that's Jovi, that's something I'll never get over. Jovi, I don't know if I'll get over that. How could you do that? You know what? It's fine. You know what? Do what you want. Do what you want. I guess it's my fault. My fault. God. Oh. My mother's arguing tactic goes between going in on someone heavily and then avoidance. It's like, but why would you? You know what? It's fine.
And then follow it up with shame.
Yes, I just don't know how you would do that. There is like a 4-step process. It's like aggression, avoidance, shame, and then what's the last one? Just silence. She won't even say anything to you. My mother once did not speak to my father for like a whole 3 days.
Wow.
It was kind of, and I remember it. It was kind of amazing.
I'm glad you've evolved. I'm glad we both have evolved.
I'm just, y'all, it's nice to realize that when you can realize that your parents are completely fucked up in their relationship with one another.
Well, and even nicer to realize
what you don't want to be.
You have a choice to not be that way, to respond differently.
You have a choice to respond or react. Like I heard on Brene Brown when she was talking to Edith Eger. You have a choice to react or respond. And responding is responding with an emotionless response of saying how this makes me feel, not reacting, which is in a way that is fighting that type of bad emotion with another emotion.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. We love our Renee.
That's a great interview, by the way. Edie Eger drops a lot of truth bombs.
Oh, let's jump into someone who needs some truth bombs. Let's talk
Andrew
about
and Amira.
Andrew and Amira. Y'all. So Andrew, Amira's not feeling great. She's like, if it was up to me, it would be a safer way for me to reissue my
I would
visa.
rather not go to Serbia. I wish he would do the reissue.
If it was up to me, I would stay here.
But he's like, baby. I want you here.
Baby. I auditioned for
I want you to hear
that low talking guy in 98 Degrees, but instead, I'm here.
Y'all, if you haven't seen his karaoke things where he's singing, he's got a voice like this. Andrew, and I've said this before, yes, he was the guy who rubbed your shoulders in theater class. He ran the lighting board. He was also the guy at the school talent show who would do Les Mis. As he sang "Stars" by Javert 3 times in a row.
Not well.
Stars out in the distance.
I'm really upset. What's his name was cast in that. That movie would have been so
Russell
much
Crowe.
better if he wasn't in it.
No, the movie was misguided from the beginning. Sorry, it just was. The choice, the way the movie was shot was misguided. I will not be convinced otherwise.
I have to I remember liking the way it was shot.
You're wrong.
I remember liking it.
A story that's so high stakes like that cannot be shot so close. It makes everything way too real, and it trivializes everything.
I'd have to watch that again and see.
Like the Heart Full of Love sequence was such garbage. I won't even talk about I Dreamed a Dream by Anne Hathaway. I won't even talk about it.
I remember.
You need distance to feel everything they're feeling.
I liked how that was shot. I specifically remember liking how that was shot.
Also, but it's not the ethos of the piece. The piece is grand. The piece is not so close. It's a different thing.
No, but I guess obviously that was an interpretation.
Yeah. It's what that movie was not musical theater. That was like some type of Faces of Death movie.
I don't know if it was Faces of Death. I do agree, though, it was not shot or anything.
Not musical theater.
It was not shot or anything that resembled a musical.
No.
Which I kind of liked, but I understand. But I totally get why you're saying that. Yeah. Because that was again that you could use that same point why Sweeney Todd didn't work for me at all. It was not shot at all. It was shot horribly as well. That
didn't work for a whole different reason.
But it was not shot well at all.
I agree. But the reason why Les Mis as a movie did not work is because you're not seeing the scope. You're not seeing the microcosm of the world on a small stage. You're seeing every character suffering one after another. And we don't have the capacity for that.
Well,
I love a good from you.
No, I just would think of it. I'd have to rewatch. That movie was still on that side. I remember liking the way it was shot, but I would think about that when I watched it again.
You're like the only one
The only one what?
who liked it.
Well, she won an Oscar. Anne Hathaway won an Oscar for that.
It's because
I do think Hugh Jackman's pretty fucking phenomenal in that movie.
he's the best thing in it.
Oh, for sure. Well, and the hot blonde guy.
He knows what story. He knows what movie he's in. No one else does. Russell Crowe doesn't know what movie he's in. Anne Hathaway, she got that Oscar for shaving her head.
But Nicole Kidman got an Oscar for wearing a nose. That's the Oscars do that.
That's
shit.
not true. I will fight you for that.
But no,
I will fight you for that.
No, that is a thing though of Oscars of people getting an Oscar.
We need to move on. No one gives a fucking shit about any of this.
Y'all, I just came from Virginia Woolf and Poodle got triggered.
No, you're just incorrect. Yes, she wore a prosthetic nose, but The Hour is an amazing film.
I'm just saying there's a history of stars doing things to their body. Monster. There's
agree.
A history of these stars doing these things and people go, oh my God, they're amazing, and giving them an Oscar. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're proving my point.
No, I'm agreeing with you. That's what
she shaved her head. Yeah. Let's move on. I can't deal with you and fucking liking the Les Mis movie. You're being contrary. I'm sure you're doing it to fucking wind me up.
No, I didn't say I liked the whole. I didn't say I liked the movie.
I want to throw my computer out the window.
I like some things about it.
Well, it's nice to be wrong,
but I don't want to see it again.
No, it's a terrible film. And y'all, you know what Mother Poodle said about that film when we saw it on like Christmas Day. I'm sure I've said this. Maybe I haven't.
You did.
When she was quiet for a while after that, she's like, Jaybird, none of that would have happened had he not stolen that loaf of bread. That was her takeaway.
She's right.
And I was like, and she is right. But I'm like, Mom, well, he was hungry and it precipitated. She's like, but we got rules. We got laws. Let's talk about Andrew and Namira. I can't do any more. I was not aware that you were a fan of Les Mis, the movie. Now I'm going to have to it's going to be something I'm going to just have to destroy for you.
You keep putting words in my mouth because I've said 3 times I did not like the movie. There was aspects I liked about it. But I said I would not watch it again.
Andrew and Namira.
So anyway, y'all. So they're talking on a FaceTime call, and Andrew again is like,
I want you here, baby.
I want you here, babe. And I know. And she's like, oh, look at your apartment. It's so clean and beautiful. It's your apartment, babe. It's your apartment.
He was so passive aggressive to her. He's like, but like the decision's yours, baby.
He was so passive aggressive.
I want you here, but like the decision's yours. You if you want to go to Serbia, that's going to be the way for us to be together. But like, I'm not saying you need to go to Serbia, even though it's the only way for us to be together.
And if you don't,
whatever
you don't want to do it, that's great. But then we can't move forward.
And I want to be with you, and like you complete me. And like, I want you to like cheer me on at my Magic the Gathering concert contest that I'm doing next week.
I just need to know what direction we're going so I know where to go.
He did say that. And finally she said, oh, okay, I'll go to Serbia. And I went, Lord, I wrote in my notes. And he was like, baby, you're so brave.
When he said that, I wanted to
throw myself into a dumpster.
And Amira said, I don't want to lose him. And that's what matters to me the most. I'm going crazy for love.
The next thing that happens is that she is on the plane going to Serbia. And I was like, what about what the dad said? Oh, well.
Drop that storyline.
Because she says, I'm giving up my family, my friends, my part of myself. and she's going to she's like, there are so many makeup stores in the US. That was my favorite thing that she said. So y'all, Amira does have a she's not like Devar from who's like never thought about going to the US, or others, or someone like Yara who never thought about going to the US. She does want to go.
But here's the deal. Can I just stop? The company that owns Sephora, that owns like Lancome, like they're in France. Like they're so France is actually probably the beginning and the genesis of all like skincare and makeup. Chanel, like
this is inside baseball, but that's fine.
But no, but it is like, I'm like, where the fuck do you live in France? Because this is France. Like there's probably actually, there's things you can get in Europe that aren't approved by the FDA here.
I need to say this, like a lot of French women just don't wear the amount of makeup she wears.
Where does she live? She's a smaller town, right? We looked it up.
But still, like if you go to Paris, you guys, French women wear accent makeup. They don't do their face like Amira.
Maybe it's changed with this whole, we're in a whole different, because of like drag culture becoming so big, and then all these YouTube celebrities because again, I've said this before, I think women wear entirely too much makeup now. I don't think people need to be contouring their face. That's fine if you do. I'm just saying that's just not my preference of that look of always contouring your face.
I just know Parisian women, they just don't wear that much. And I even know it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, it's just not that way.
Yeah.
So he's like checking up on her flight, and she gets there, and it's a big deal. And she's not detained. She walks out. She's
What's
going
she
to her
do for work, though? What's she going to do in life in America?
I think that's the last of her concerns. She just wants to be there with Andrew. And so now she's like 14 days in a hotel room. And I said, that sounds wonderful.
But
I would just watch Netflix and have fucking room service delivered.
But
I think it sounds wonderful. And she's like, what am I going to do?
You would go crazy after a week.
Belgrade.
You would go crazy after a week.
Probably. We reached out to a certain person to find out a little bit more about this, you guys. And they are here via satellite. And y'all give it up for Dildo Swaggins. This is someone...
Well, hello, young man. Hello. Are you an elf? Your nose is quite pointed. It looks elvish. Can you speak the elvish tongue?
I'm really sorry.
That means hello. Yes, I've traveled many a times to Serbia. There's a huge D&D tournament there.
I have heard. So welcome, Dildo.
Yes.
Welcome, Dildo.
Yes. Oh,
I hate this character.
I've traveled from the Shire. Here.
Where is the Shire?
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Okay.
But I live in a little cul-de-sac, and my mother put a sign on our front door that said the Shire, because she knows it meant a lot to me. Anyway, what can I help you? You've summoned me. I heard a call.
I'd like
from
to ask you
the web, and it said, "Come hither," and I am here.
Honey, I gave you an IHOP voucher, and
well, it's always
that's how I got you. That's how I got you to be on the show. I gave you an IHOP voucher.
Oh well, us hobbits, we love
in Grand Junction. That hobbit,
we love to eat. We cannot turn down a moons over my hammy.
Yeah, I know.
Never.
You're getting a little chunky there. I can see it.
There's a yes. Well, hobbits, we honor plumpness. It's happiness of life.
How does that do with the hobbit women?
Oh,
are you like a player? How do you do?
Ooh.
But let's get real.
Really.
You're not a hobbit. You're an actually American. You're not a real
No,
person.
they love the dildo. They love it. They literally love it.
Mom, I'm on the phone, Mom. Mom, no, I can't talk. No, Mother, I told you I'm not going to be on the chess team anymore. They cheated.
Anyway, yes, I fuck lots of women. I penetrate them with my gazing stare.
I'm sure. Dildo, I need to know, have you been
Yes.
helping
Yes.
did you give
Yes.
you give
Yes.
Andrew stop sucking your teeth? That's creepy.
It's just
Did
obviously
you
we have problems with our teeth. There's no dentist in the Shire. I'm just chewing on wood bark, cleaning my teeth.
Did you give
Mom, I can't find my retainer, by the way, Mom. Let me know if you see it.
Okay, I'm back.
Did you give
Sorry.
Dildo Dildo? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes,
Dildo,
I am
did
Dildo.
you give
I
Andrew
am Dildo. Yes.
the idea for Andrew to
Yes.
give Amira to go to Serbia?
Well, it's funny. I did.
Okay.
Yes, I.
That's not funny,
It's
but
not-
yeah, I get you.
Well, it's not. It's funny because I didn't even know Serbia was a country. I just saw someone talk about it in the Reddit group that
Yeah.
I'm in, and someone said Serbia had
Lots of genocide in the 90s.
had beautiful women with buxom boobs, and I said, "Go there."
You know
Well,
what? That
because
makes
I
all
would-
the sense in the world.
I would love to touch a woman's body sometime in my life.
We need to go because
Yes.
I'm uncomfortable.
Well, whatever you need. I heard the call and I answered.
And I think you have a Magic the Gathering game to attend to.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I
so,
do.
Dildo, thank you for spending some time with us.
Make that pimento cheese sandwich tonight for my friends. Thank you, Mom.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for calling me. I must go
You better
now.
go before your mom needs you.
Something is going on with
We can hear your mom.
My magical instrument called a PS4 needs an update. I'll be right back.
I hate this character. Let's move on. Bye, Dildo.
What? Missed it. I missed Dildo. How is he?
Pretty insufferable. Kind of talks over me. Not a fan.
Hobbits, they're stubborn
Y'all,
folk.
that's the show.
That's the
I will say, now this is in video, it makes me laugh because I'm thinking of y'all watching it. Because it's so stupid.
It's so stupid. Okay, y'all.
I'm crying. This is so stupid. Y'all, that's the show. Y'all go to realitygazepodcast.com. Don't go to realitygaze.com because that's porn. And it's bad porn. It's porn. As Mama Joey says, don't go to a porn site, Shaw. Don't see the porn. Don't see the gay porn.
You shall not pass.
Please, no.
You guys, you can also go to Instagram, Reality Gaze Podcast. You can find us on the Twitter, Reality Gaze Pod. Poodle and I are always doing some cameos for y'all, so come at us on that. Again, we want to mention that we're still doing the vday.org giveaway in our Facebook group.
Yes.
So, and vday.org, we're doing
it's a global activist movement to end violence against all women, which is just cisgendered, transgender, and those who hold fluid identities, and girls, and about the planet.
Exactly. We use a lot of theater. The Vagina Mall came for this. So you can give to that. We're raising money directly via Facebook group, via the
our Sissy Squad. That's where we're raising the money.
And if you don't want to do that, if you any purchases, any of the proceeds we make from merch for the month of March,
so buy some merch, y'all.
We'll go to
vday.org.
So I think
vday.org.
guys, we have big news, huge news.
Oh, tell me about it. I don't know.
Be prepared because.
Be prepared.
The Marion Millions song is done.
Marions.
It's coming, and we also finally recorded.
I'm very proud of it.
I am too. I'm good. as always, Poodle came through. Also, our Bi Curious will be.
Yes, the Bi Curious song is done. We got a lot done when she was here in a week.
Let's announce what we're going to do for. I don't know when we're going to do it, but let's announce what our Bi Curious is.
Our next Bi Curious for the month of March is going to be Temptation Island.
And I think we're going to do. I know we've been
TBS. Y'all, if you're not watching, it's a fucking mess. You need to be watching.
I think we're going to do next week because this week I'm going to be all in Houston with my dad. So we'll do it the third week. So we'll let you know next week what episode to watch if you're in the Bi Curious tier of the Supercast or the Patreon. So we'll be having that. And then I feel like, was there something else? I guess that was it. So yeah, Temptation Island. That's it. Y'all, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love, Poodle, in all the wrong places?
Yes. Have you ever known from the beginning that your ex-fiance's cousin was the man that you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Call us.